Hi guys, it's me George, and today I'm going to do a bit of an update video. It's kind of long overdue. As you guys know, every now and again I do little videos with updates as to how my practice is going, things like that. And also I'm announcing something quite important about the channel. There's going to be some changes that are going to be made to this channel. And so it's all good changes, but you know, it's just important. So first and foremost, I want to start with the Nameless art, which is origins of magic, arcane traditions from around the world. And so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to be doing a talk there. The Nameless art is taking place on the 29th of September in Essex, the county that I was born in originally. And it's in the Balmoral Centre at Southend-on-Sea. And on a Saturday, the 29th of September. And I'm really, really super excited for it. I think I've got like 10 minutes left to do of my talk. I'm working on more this evening. So I'm super, super excited to be able to do this. You know, I'm really honoured actually, you know, and I'm still really quite taken back from being offered to do this talk. The talk that I'm going to be doing is called British Folk Magic, a Living Tradition. And the idea is all about how we can utilise these old practices in the now. And I'm going to give examples of some of the workings I've done of old British folk magic, or just British folk magic, that has manifested in a very modern way and in a very modern context. And different various examples of that. Now, I have had quite a lot of people kind of say, is this talk going to be recorded? Will I get to see a piece of this talk? I will try my hardest, but you have to bear in mind, my phone is shit. Like, my phone is so fucking shit. And I can't wait to get a new one. I'm not going to go into phones because, as you guys know, phones have a track record. It's not a good track record. So I'm not going to go into that too much. But basically, I will try and record it. There's definitely not going to be 45 minutes of it recorded. It'll probably be about 10-15 minutes, as much as my poxy phone can handle. So yeah, there's that. I mentioned this in the talk, my Nameless Art video before, but I really enjoyed the Nameless Art. For me, it was a place that I've been to a lot of pagan conferences and things like that, and I found some of the people there to be a little bit woo-woo in terms of not very grounded people, not very down to earth for me. And that's okay, you know, people are different. If that's good for them, that's absolutely fine. But I've never really felt a sense of belonging because I'm actually quite a down to earth person. And it was quite nice to go to the conference because people were very, very down to earth. People knew their stuff, they knew facts, they weren't just saying things without any facts backed up on them. You know, there was actual facts to what they were saying. These people were almost borderline academics, you know, very intellectual people, very kind people, very nice people. I find a lot of the times in some pagan events I've been to, people have been quite defensive and kind of spurted out these alternative facts that aren't actual real facts, which really frustrates me. There's quite a lot of ego there. Not all the time, people are different, and I understand that. But it's not my bag, and I don't particularly like to hang around people that are like that. And that's okay. That's just, I haven't got time for that shit, quite frankly. So yeah, it was an amazing time, an amazing conference. And please, if any of my viewers go, please come and say hi, because it was amazing to see some of my viewers last year and like, you know, my viewers come up to me and talk to me. So if you are at the Nameless Art Conference, please come up, you know, come up and chat to me. You know, it'll be really nice to meet some of you. So the second thing is a name change. So basically this channel is called Shadow Boy, and I think I made the name up Shadow Boy when I was like 16 or something. And it's like spelt with like a B, a W, an O, and a Y. Like I'm kind of trying to be a bit ghetto and a bit hood, and it's a bit like, stop. It's a bit cringy, you know, for me. And like my other half said to me, you know, why are you still Shadow Boy? You're not a boy, you're a man. Why don't you just go with Shadow Man? And Shadow Man's like Princess and the Frog, you know. And I feel like after watching that film, he has like earned that title through and through, for real, he has. And so I'm not going to go with Shadow Man. The name of the channel will be George Hares. So after I'm keeping it for Shadow Boy, just until after my talk, because how a lot of people know what I'm on about if I, you know, having my talk at the Nameless Art and this channel. It's got like Shadow Boy. It's got George Hares as well, but also known as Shadow Boy. So I'm going to keep it like that until after. And then I'm going to change the name to George Hares, which I feel just suits me more. I'm not a boy anymore. I'm a man, and yeah, I feel like it's more suited, you know. So yeah, there's the name change. So it's just a heads up, just to warn you guys, in case someone types in Shadow Boy and they're like, where is he? George Hares. Hare spelt like a hare in the field. And yeah, so there's that. Our darling Dylan passed away, unfortunately, this year. And she was very, very sick. She was very ill. There was a lot of stuff that was wrong with her. She had a lot of respiratory infection. We took her to the vets. She had an operation. She was fine again. She got sick again. Took her to the vets, medication. She was okay. Then, you know, a couple of years after that, she got really sick again. Took her to the vets. She had a massive operation, and got her back to, you know, our house. And she was still very ill. You know, she was still very poorly, and it got silly. She was choking. She was not in a good way, bless her. It was not nice to see. And I was like, okay, this is fucking cruel. And so we took her back to the vets, and the vet kind of inspected her, couldn't find anything, but said that he would kind of do like, forgot the word, going down like a camera into her lungs to see what was going on. At this point, I was just like, this is just silly. This is ridiculous. But I was like, okay, go on then. And she had to be put to sleep. She had to be put under sedation. And I knew that she wouldn't wake up. That she wouldn't wake up even. I just absolutely knew she wouldn't wake up. But I wasn't really fighting it. At that point, I had seen her go through so much. I was like, no, this isn't fair. If you don't wake up, girl, you don't wake up. And she didn't. The vet said she had tuberculosis, TB, and that she'd had it for a while. And the vet was actually shocked. The vet was like, I don't actually understand how this animal is still here with the rate of what she had. I do not understand how she's still here. So yeah, I was absolutely devastated. I had to take a day or two off of work. I was a wreck, an absolute wreck. But it's quite nice to know that she's not suffering anymore. And actually, me and my partner done absolutely everything we could do in our power to help her. And that was enough, you know. And I have seen her a couple of times. I saw her half an hour ago as well. She's come in dreams and stuff like that. So I miss her physically, but she's still there, you know. And that's quite nice that she's come to Josh as well, my partner. So we know she's still here in spirit, which is really, really lovely. What else? I went to, in the summer, I actually went to a workshop run by Gede Palmer, who is a witch and an author, and has wrote a couple of books now, one of them being Ecstatic Witchcraft. And Gede Palmer, also known as Theo Angus Satika, the workshop they done was speaking with the spirits. And that was really interesting. That was really, really cool. I actually learned a lot from that, and that was a really good workshop. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think actually, you know, going to workshops that you know is going to align with your practice. For instance, Theo or Gede is a traditional witch, also part of the Wildwood tradition, the reclaiming tradition. Those two traditions I don't really practice, but it was interesting nevertheless. But, you know, spirit work and speaking with the spirits and traditional witchcraft, I was like, yes, absolutely. And it was a really good workshop, actually. It was a very good workshop up in Edinburgh in Scotland. And it was quite nice to see one of my friends there as well and go with another friend. So that was fun. Um, and yeah, that's about it really. I'll say it, but I'm not going to go too much into it because it's not really that important. But for me, it's kind of a bit of a log. So I've had some issues unearthed that I didn't realize I had my whole life, basically. And I'm not going too much into this because I don't feel it's needed, but I'm coming to the end of that now, and that's a really fucking amazing feeling. I feel like I've closed a chapter of a book that has kind of been bothering me for a bit, and it's quite nice to go close and that is lovely. That feels fucking glorious. So I'm really happy about that. Onwards and upwards. The other thing as well is that it's kind of the elephant in the room, but I kind of want to apologise for the Book of Botanica. There was so much lead up to this, and I haven't put as much input as I should have done. I basically didn't pull my finger out my ass when it comes to the Book of Botanica. The shop is still there. I still have merchandise to sell, but I've realised that I put quite a lot of my fingers in too many pies rather than just one pie. That sounded so fucking weird, but I hope you know what I mean. My energy concentration is sporadic, and I need to focus my energy into one thing. I have got plans for a project, but I'm not going to tell anyone. I've told a handful of people. It's a thing that's been a long time coming, and I'm going to do it, and I'm excited to do it, but I think by telling everyone, I think that it will put a lot of pressure on me, because I think when I was telling everyone about the Book of Botanica, it also put a bit of pressure on me. The majority of it was me needing to pull my fingers out my ass and being lazy as fuck. I realised that. But yeah, I want to keep it secret. I've told a handful of people that I trust. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm going to get stuck into that after the Nameless art. It's not going to be a thing that's around the corner. You're not going to find out around the corner, but hopefully give it a while, and if it's still going, we'll see what happens. But I know that for me, I need to import all my energy and direct it into one thing rather than many things, you know, because I'm like, all of the things, just one. Focus on one. Focus one thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus my energy all on one thing, get my head down and see what happens, you know, and just do the best that I can do. So hopefully something comes up out of that. But yeah, I wanted to do this video just as a log for me, but also as a log for you guys as well, about the Nameless art and things like that. Then change of the name of this channel as well, which I feel is important. So yeah, over and out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.